Hey y'all, I'm back. Okay, I am back for us to have a conversation about Skai Jackson. Okay, she is an actress, pretty well known over there on the Disney Channel, amongst other things. All right, and she recently gave birth to a child. All right, she has a little boy with this guy by the name of DeAndre. All right, she has recently come to the front to file a restraining order against him, and we are going to get into those details. Okay, now if you're new to the channel, then hey, make sure you guys are coming to the video, you're commenting, you're liking, you're subscribing to the channel, you're also sharing the video. Okay, now we're on our way to 95,000 subscribers, so please make sure that you are subscribing and becoming a part of the tribe. All right, now I say tribe because we have, different types over here. Okay, we got our ladybugs, we got our good luck charmers, honey. We also got our little personalities. So yeah, just make sure that you guys are coming on over, all right, and join us here. Now, first off, like I told you guys, I want to talk about Skai Jackson. All right, her and this guy have been dating for some time now. I think they've been dating for maybe about 3 years or so at this point. Now, there has been rumors about how they got together. People were alleging that she met this guy when he was incarcerated, and started sending him letters. They started to get to know each other on some pen pal type stuff. And then people have alleged that she's bailed him out of jail since. Now, I don't know if that is exactly true, but that is some of the things that I've seen out there about their situation. Okay. He is not new to, it seems to be, obviously getting in trouble of some fashion, right? And I have heard, other rumors have been alleged, stories have been that he also has another child or a few out there. And that would be interesting considering the fact that he's not that old. I mean, I think he's like in his early 20s. I would say between the ages of 21 and 25 to have all of those children. But he definitely has a child with Sky, and he they've had some issues and things that may have happened on social media to where Sky had to come to the front and kind of, like, I guess, defend him of some sort. Okay, so they've had all kind of stuff going on with them, child. It's just, I mean, you can just look and tell that this ain't it right here. Okay, love, this one right here, we can look and tell that it ain't it. Kind of like some people were able to tell that DDG was not the best fit for Hallie, right? And y'all know Hallie recently filed a restraining order, amongst other things, against DDG, right? And those details came out last week. And here we are with Skai Jackson at her young age, filing a restraining order as well. And when you read and get into some of these details, it's like, good for you. You should have did it a long time ago. But it appears that he may have threatened her mom. And that may be some of the things that kind of like really got stuff started. Now, she did have a child by him. I believe it was in what was it? Was it like 2023, maybe last year? I think she may have, had a child with him last year or whatnot. People start speculating that she was indeed pregnant until they actually saw her belly and her walking around and stuff like that. And then they saw, oh, wow, she really is pregnant. So I'm not sure if she had her child at the end of 24 or the top of 2025, but they do share a child together. And I'm willing to believe that, this isn't the first time he's been physical with her, in my opinion. I just think that, after you have a child, some chemical, something is happening up here. And what you may have tolerated before, you're no longer going to tolerate because, you got somebody else that's looking up at you. Things that you may have stood for or dealt with before, you're not for to deal with it no more. Okay. And a lot of times people already know that before the child comes along. You already know that, but you're still hanging on to hope. But then now that you got somebody else, involved in this situation, a lot of women don't leave and some do. And I kind of have to say, good for her. Good for her for getting the hell on. But I do have the court details over here and I want us to get into it. So let us do just that. All right. So first things first. Okay. This is DV. All right. This is a criminal situation that she brought before the courts. All right. They're saying, she said that the date of when this altercation took place or the abuse took place was on April. It appears the 13th of last year. All right. Now they're saying, did anyone else hear or see what happened? She named someone named Jay York. All right. Now, did the person in that, I guess the person they're referencing, I guess that's his name. Did he cause you emotional or physical harm? She said verbally and physically abused me is what she's saying. All right. They're asking for her to give more details here. And she says, DeAndre Bergen or Bergen slammed me into a wall, choked me, punched a hole in my wall, put scratches on my neck, and almost punched me in the face. He then pushed me into my clothing racks, slammed my head into the wall, and destroyed my room, which I have photo proof of. And I called my best friend to show her what happened. You know what's really interesting? I also have to go over here and say there was a photo of one point when Skai and he were just walking down the street. And when the information was put out about them and, them being down the street, it looked like Sky could have been yelling at him or whatever it was. And I feel like people tried to paint her out as, being the aggressive person or whatever in the situation when those two were like walking down the street and she was saying something. I don't know. She could have been trying to defend herself over something or whatever. And come to find out, she wasn't the one that was, abusive in the relationship. But again, I don't know, right? But we definitely can confirm based on her RO situation that he was. Okay, he was the one that was very abusive to her. And typically, if you get your head smashed through a wall and stuff and pushed around, slapped around, it's very likely that she's not going to be pretty argumentative with him or ready to fight him out of fear of what he could do next. Okay, so that's that. But let's talk back over here and get into more. So what they're saying is, how often has this person abused you like this? She goes on to say weekly, multiple times in May, June, July, August, September, and October of 2024. Now, I'm willing to believe this woman was pregnant. Let me hop over here, okay? Because this is over here on page 6, and it's dated November 12th. 2024 is when it was published. So basically, this man was over here physically assaulting her while she was carrying his child. Now, I'm not sure when the baby was born. Maybe it was December or early January. But this is her out and about, strutting, looking cute as she can be, I will say. Okay. Makeup laid, face made. Listen, I feel like she may have called paparazzi and told them, listen, meet me over here. I'm going to be out and about. And this is how you guys can catch pictures of us. Right. But the whole time, she's being abused by this guy throughout her pregnancy. The entire time. But I do feel like at once upon a time, she may have come onto the internet to kind of like try to save face for him, but they often do. Okay. They often do. Let's keep going. But she's growing up. She gonna learn. All right. But let's keep going. So they said, has the person in the person that abused you in a different way from the abuse you described? Has the person in two abused you in a different way than what you've described? And she says April through October of 2024. Did anyone else hear or see what happened? She named someone named Sydney. Did the person use or threaten you with a item? Yes, he had a pew on him. All right. Did the person in two cause you emotional or physical harm? She says choked me, spit in my face, threatened to have me unalived. That's terrible. Woo. And she said, did the police come? She says, no. My question is, were the police called? Right? Let's keep going. They say, give more details about how this person was abusive on that day. All right. So she says, on July 8th of 2024, DeAndre Burgeon chased me upstairs. I locked myself in the bathroom, and he said if I did not come out, he would break through my bathroom door. He then punched and kicked through the door, breaking it in half, slamming me on the bathroom wall, y'all, on the bathroom wall, and choked me until I could not breathe, which I have video proof of, which is also crazy. She says she has video proof of this. And it's just crazy that you're doing all of this to her while she is with child. Are you okay? You're not, right? That's why you got to leave people where they at. Take more time to get to know people and see what they about, right? Don't be so much in a rush because you're ready to be in a relationship and be married and have a family, and girl, enjoy your dating phase. Okay, don't get these people too much. Get to know them. See what they talking about, because they gonna show you in enough time. Now, some of them gonna get past you. They gonna slide past you, and you may not find some stuff out till later, right? But then some of them, ask the right questions, make the right moves. Like they gonna show themselves. All right, but I do feel like if it is indeed true that he was locked up for whatever he was locked up for, and you entertained him, like you can't be surprised that he was going to be on the same type of stuff he was before, right? Whew, I hate this for her though, and I pray that the baby is doing okay. So they asked her how often this happened. Again, she did say this was a weekly occurrence between them. All right. She says that in June of 2024, DeAndre Bergen demanded to see her phone to go through her messages. He was jealous. A male texted her, so he broke her phone, choked her against the kitchen countertop. He then demanded that I drink bleach to kill our unborn child. He then walked me to the car with a knife in his hand, telling me to get in the driver's seat, and if I called out for help, he would stab me in the stomach. Ain't that something? He then called his friend Lamont Robinson, telling him he was about to kill me. He then told me, telling him I was about to kill. No, yeah, he then told him to drive to the doctor to get an abortion. When I tried to, he asked me, was I crazy, and why would I want to kill our child? That's crazy. This boy is a mentally loose cannon. I think that, is it bad that I feel like she should make sure that her son is mentally okay as he gets older? Because I don't know what the chemical imbalance this man has going on, but that is insane. Like, are you okay, sir? So, girl, all you can do is just pray. Okay. Well, really, that's not all you can do. You really gonna have to get yourself out of this situation. I am glad that you are getting a restraining order based on how he treated you and saying he would stab the baby. He does not need to be able to have access to that child. Because if you didn't care about the child in the womb, it kind of and you damn sure didn't care about his mom, it just kind of makes me feel like you'll do anything to the child as a revenge on the mom in some capacity. So you're not to be trusted without supervision. And in my personal, he then called his friend Lamont Robinson, telling him he was going to kill me. He then told me to drive to the doctor to get an abortion, and when I tried to, he asked me, was I crazy, and why would I want to lie? He just played on your mental a lot. Wow. So she had her child, it looks like she had her child this year. Okay. So also, why do these people need protection? I guess she's saying that her son needs protection from him, right? So she just recently filed this. It seems to be shortly after Haley has filed hers, or Hallie. So they're saying DeAndre Bergen assaulted me while I was holding our son on Mother's Day 2025. He grabbed me by my hair, slammed my head on the back seat window of my car, and hit me in the face while holding my son. DeAndre caused me to have a bloody nose. I don't feel safe with my son being around him due to his violent history. He also said, F my child. Oh, I want him locked up for a long time. So these are the items that he has. He has a rifle, he has a hand pew, and he also has a switch. Mm, 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 mm. Stay away from her. She wants him to stay away from her home, her workplace, her vehicle, and each person that she has already listed. Okay. How far do you want the person to stay away from you? She said 100 yards. Child, it would have had to be more than that. Okay, it would have to be more than that. Okay, I need him to stay 300 yards. Okay, it's twice the amount. Don't even turn on my fucking block. Okay. He really don't even need to be in the same city. For real, for real. Right? So then she goes on to say not to post anything about me on social media as he is threatened to blackmail me and release revenge P. I also do not want him posting any photos of my son, as we had an agreement that we will not post his face online. Nothing on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, TikTok, etc. Also order family and friends not to make posts, including his mom. Oh, Ricky, you know, put her name out there, and the sister who has threatened and harassed me before. Child, it was definitely given that the apple didn't fall too far from the tree, honey. All right. She also wants to protect one of her animals. And I believe it. I don't know who the parents and the sister are, but I believe that threats may have gone. All right, especially looking at how Hallie's situation was. Granted, people are different, different families, different situation. But the mama even came online talking her talk. Like, I've been quiet for oh so long, but now I see that I need to get to speaking. Now I got something to say. Wookie wookie boo. Okay, calm down, girl. Calm down. Too much. So she also wants him to take care of some expenses because she said that he broke her TV, her iPhone, wall repair for two different walls. Yes, and he very well should have to pay for that. What's that about? 1,500? and then 16, 17, 18, and some change. I will round it up to $2,000 that he needs to pay. Okay. And the extra piece, I guess, would be for pain and suffering just a little bit. All right. But you know what's so sad? This boy is so careless and don't care that even when he's ordered to stay away from her, I still can see him wanting to still be in her space, like does not care. Right. Um, Also, she goes back to September 7th. Right. She says that DeAndre and I and Intrigues, whoever this person is, this happened on September 7th of last year. DeAndre was mad that my mother filed a restraining order against him. He got in my face to try to hit me and told me he would have his son, I'm sorry, have his cousin Mark come and kill my mother. He also demanded that I stay in the house and not leave since I ruined his day. He called me the B word multiple times, including my mother. I have this on audio recording. He threatened to have his cousin to come and pop my mom. Woo, honey, I hope she got them locks changed and got him up out her house. So October 25th, DeAndre Bergen threatened to show up to my house and threatened to unalive me while I was pregnant because I asked him to go to therapy. I have this on audio recording. So this was back in October of last year. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Can't try to take my child anywhere or Ohio. DeAndre's entire family are felons and have access to drugs and weapons. And how long did you know this? Oh, I wish you would have turned y'all in much sooner. That's why they operate like that. Not the whole family being felons. So that's his middle name. Intrigue is child. Listen, child, we gonna have to send some love over there to Miss Sky, whether you like her or not. But that's because that's a lot to deal with and go through as a woman that just had a child. You're dealing with postpartum and everything. You're not fully over the abuse that took place on you last year. Then now you got to parent this child while you probably depressed. Don't know if she's booking any acting opportunities right now. You know what I'm saying? And then also having to care for this child and you dealing with postpartum or whatever else. Like it's a lot. It's a lot to be dealing with and going through at this time. For her. I wish she would have filed this sooner. I'm sure her mom probably tried to encourage her to do so when she filed her restraining order. But you know, people be trying to give people chances, right? They be wanting to see the best in them. And I understand that, but I pray for her and her baby that, once she files this restraining order and it's approved and granted that he has to stay far away from her or whatever the case is, that she never goes back. That she never ever goes back. And I could see him though at the same time not caring and wanting to go to just wanting to go the extra mile. Like that boy needs some help. That boy needs some help. And y'all, for the mamas and the sister to be sitting up there threatening her, like as if you don't know this man raggedy as hell, and that's your sibling, and that's who y'all raised. Like what? That's who your mama raised, right? That's crazy. And granted, you may have raised him to be great, right? And then when he got older or something, he switched up. But being that he's young in his 20s and stuff, I'm entitled to believe it. That's how that boy has been showing up for some time, at least in his teenage years. And y'all never got him wrapped the fuck up for real. Okay? But he gonna keep on and he gonna try it with the wrong one, and it's gonna be a wrap on that. It's for real. Um, you know and I don't always want to put stuff on parents, because when a child does get older, they do make their own decisions and do what they want to do despite what you may have taught them. But this boy is pretty young. He's in his early 20s. I'm inclined to believe he's been this way for quite a few years. For her to have met him, because when she said he was born in 2020, four, was it? I'm sorry, 2004. So that, yeah, that's what I thought. He's 21. Okay, he's 21, but when she met him, he was already locked up. So yeah, he's been showing his R's. That's who he is. And y'all got the audacity to blame her like she's at fault for some stuff, to where you threatening and harassing her. Yeah, keep my name out y'all mouth and keep it at a distance for me. So yeah, I don't blame her at all. And let me put everybody else's name on. I know that's right. And no, they can't come around me at this time. I don't even want the family around me, and I don't want them hoes discussing me online either. Period. I know that's motherfucking right, girl. But either way, I wanted to come and bring you guys this update, give you guys this story of what has been going on with Sky Jackson. Sending, love and support out her way, because that's a lot to deal with. And you guys leave your thoughts and comments down below on what all we just discussed. Of course, I am Jami, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my video. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jami, that's me. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters, I'm silent, nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification, them numbers hit like it's a proxy. Cashed out at the ATM, and the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATF. Got them trying to clone me like Agent Smith.